Okay, and we're live. I'm just gonna pull up the agenda.
So they got the Wi-Fi password. It's usually on the wall.
Yeah. Oh, right here. There you go, sorry. Okay. Ready if you are, Chair? I'm ready. I'll call this meeting to order at 9:02 a.m. We respectfully acknowledge that the Township of Cavan-Monaghan is located on the Treaty 20 Michi-Saagiig territory in the traditional territory of the Michi-Saagiig Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to First Nations for their care and teachings about these lands. May we honor these teachings. I'm looking for a motion, please, to approve today's agenda. Zach, Ryan. Does anyone have a pecuniary interest today? Nope. And we have no closed session. I'm going to speak on behalf of Wendy Bannerman very briefly, just to float an idea that she has for Christmas in the Village. I think that this is more something that the township would have to engage in. She is looking for something like a Festival of the Trees, which would be an indoor location. Since we don't have an indoor location, I'm wondering if the township would entertain such an event at the old school.
Indoors.
Mhm.
Where? Like where indoors? Like
Old
in,
school. Yeah, like where in the old school?
yeah.
I don't know. Somewhere in there.
Okay.
Or maybe it could be at CMCC, but I don't see that as viable, honestly.
Yeah, I can check. There are some renovations that are going on right now, so I'm not sure how long they will be.
Right?
But I can check and see if there's availability.
How much space would be required?
Yeah,
Well, again, we don't have any of those details. It's just, if this would be something worth investigating, we would carry it forward to the marketing committee, which is, again, the four of us for now. But I didn't want to take up a lot of time discussing logistics until could see if this was at all viable.
yeah, I think it depends where you want to do it too, because you want it to be accessible. So a lot of the rooms are upstairs. There is a lift, but you know, it's pretty small. So just something to think about.
Yeah,
And like I said, there are renovations going on, so I'm not sure how long they're going to last, but I can
Yeah.
certainly check and see.
okay.
But it'd be good if you kind of just had an idea, like, would you be looking at the Dorothy Stevens room? Would you be looking at
Right.
part of the library? Would you be?
Again, we didn't get into those
Sure.
details, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to make a big production of it here, which is why I'm floating the idea for now, and then we'll take it forward.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention at this point is that we do have a $3,600 net budget for Christmas in the Village, and that as of our last marketing committee meeting before Wendy stepped forward, and I'm very glad that she did, that we did decide that we probably couldn't do the Christmas in the Village event as we had in the past. And that we would be looking to the township to augment the festivities that the township were already doing, such as the parade and the event at the CMCC. So if this,
Which is the following weekend.
right,
Yeah.
so we might, again, we didn't get into the logistics of how that might look. But we would like to bring it to you, Bridget, to see if,
Yeah, so I think last year when we Michelle was putting together the event, I think we tried that approach, but we found it was better to keep them separate just because the parade is also the same day as the fire department's annual dinner, their awards banquet.
Mhm.
So even closing the road wasn't an option because
Yeah.
we needed to,
I don't envision that a road closure would be happening for a Christmas in the Village event this year. I don't personally, it just seemed to cause too much trouble amongst our businesses. I don't know. I wasn't even here for the Christmas in the Village event
Mhm.
last year, but my,
Well, you already have the road closure in, no,
yeah.
for the 6th.
for the 6th.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we have it for the 13th, but it's just for the parade. It's not a problem, we can amend it, but
Sorry, say that again. So you have it for the parade for sure,
yeah,
which is the 6th.
no, 13th.
13th
The
is
parade
parade.
is the 13th.
So the
yeah.
Christmas in the Village was the 6th.
Yes.
And you have road closure for it right now?
Yes.
Okay, so we have the road closures in place.
we have it if,
Yeah, we're giving
And
up
it's
a
a
road.
full
closure.
day, like it's
yeah,
It's 8 till 7, I think, was the road closure.
Seriously?
Full day, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're,
but it's on a Saturday. And having visited all of the businesses, there just seems to be too much negativity around a road closure on a Saturday. Saturday is the busiest day of, now for the parade, no problem. Because
Yeah, it's only a short.
yeah,
It's
but
only-
closing the road for a full day on a Saturday doesn't meet with a lot of positivity amongst our stakeholders. I think it's probably 50-50. And then just the organization around putting an event on the street. We don't have the resources to do it. There is no marketing committee, it's the 4 of us. We don't have a volunteer from the community that is willing to stage such an event. So I feel like it's not going to happen, but again,
maybe
we
start
could,
using social media to see if anybody wants to step forward for it. Like, I don't think you
Didn't Wendy Bannerman wanna?
yes, but she's not envisioning a street closure, I don't think. She was envisioning a festival of the trees type event. I'm not saying that we wouldn't decorate the street, but to close the street and shut down parking is, I don't think, something that she would envision. Again, I don't want to get into all of this right here. I think we need to take it to a marketing committee meeting with Wendy to hash out the ideas. And yes, we can put that out on social media,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't want to undermine Wendy at this point. If that's.
Well, they haven't presented anything yet, so let's talk to Wendy, find out.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
maybe it's not undermining, maybe it's augmenting or
Yeah, what I'm saying is
complementing.
I wouldn't put that out at this point in time until we have a chance to meet with her.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Moving on. Minutes of our last meeting, August 21st, 2025. There they are. Motion to adopt the minutes.
I'll make the motion.
All in. Carried. And next on the agenda, business arising from the minutes. I don't think there's anything there. Reports, treasury report. Zach.
So August 1st, open balance of $66,848.32. Just a single check cleared for $200 in August. For a closing balance of $66,648.32. 3 checks going out this month, all in relation to the fall festival, so we've got the porta potty rentals, it's 3 units, the nicer version, if you can call it that, porta potty with the sink. Reimbursement for Ryan for the AGCO permit. And then Lindsay Holvermail, who is the kids entertainment there. So yeah, that's everything.
Small correction, the ACO isn't there, that's the insurance.
Oh, sorry, the insurance. AGCO I have for next one, apologies.
What about the checks for the entertainment? Because we don't have a meeting between now and then.
Some of them were pre-done.
So there are pre-done.
There's a few that we didn't have in time, so I've got the balloon guy, which Kathy has offered to pay and will reimburse for next month. We don't have Stacy yet, that'll be next month, we're waiting on an invoice for Stacy.
So Stacy has to wait. Balloon guy, I will cover and get reimbursed. And Ryan will have to get reimbursed for the license.
Yeah, the pumpkins, but they're gonna bill us after the fact anyways, so they may have to wait a month, or we may have to.
Okay, it's just as long as it's, like, I was just,
Yeah,
I'm saying, should we have the money ahead of you for these people, but
we're in as
if we don't have the invoice.
best of shape as we can.
We did the best we could.
Fair enough.
So yeah, while we're on the topic of money, I can just speak quickly to the fall festival budget. So I think we'd all anticipated we'd be a bit over budget on it, so right now I've got an overage of about $1,700. A lot of that comes from the policing that we had kind of originally hoped might have gotten covered.
Right.
And that's budgeted for $1,200, so but that should be most, or there might be a couple other little things going in. I've applied for a donation from Crayola Canada for like pumpkin paint, but that's a very slow moving process, and I didn't realize how much lead time that we actually needed for that. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, but we might have to buy some little supplies. So yeah, at this point, about $1,700.
You paint them, I give them the kids like hot sauce and things like that.
We can do that. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I've got some at home.
But all the insurance are paid.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think in the grand scheme of things, we're okay at the full budget because we didn't have the ladies' night happen. We're gonna reallocate some of that, some of the OBI conference money was gonna be reallocated. So once we put all of that in the pot, we're still in pretty good shape. It might be a touch over, but I think it's worthwhile to at least put something good on for the year. I haven't had a chance to really go through the full year to date, so I apologize, I can't speak to that, but definitely we'll book a meeting to finalize a budget for next year. And I do have the decorating committee budget or proposed budget from Lori Wilson.
Right.
So I'll share that at our next executive meeting. Anything else that's needed?
Don't think so.
I think that's everything.
When we get to the AGM, we can set meeting dates for budget,
Very good.
since that's what the AGM is about. Motion to pay the payees in the list as well as accept the treasury report. I'll make that motion. Second by Sarah.
Not everybody all at once.
So it's not always Ryan and Zach. Carried. General business. Decorating committee update.
Zach said he's got the budget figures for next year, and anybody look, the planters were done this week. They look fantastic.
They were
Decorated for
working
fall.
very hard. I saw them out there.
They beat the rain.
Yeah.
Do you think the decorating committee could be engaged to decorate our stage? Or is that on us?
For the fall festival?
Yeah,
Lori Wilson is very accommodating and very,
I can always ask.
gung ho to these things. I would be happy to, bridge that with her.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be all of them, but
I would just need to know for her sake when the stage would be there and if we
Well-
have a budget to,
so, you're the budget guy. They might have some extra materials. What we
Yeah.
did,
They do like, corn stalks and hay bales,
yeah,
maybe
yeah, some,
couple $100 or so.
and some chrysanthemums, which are $16 at Costco.
so if I told them $150 to $200, do I have everybody's support on?
$200.
Okay, I will ask her and see if I can come up with over the next couple of days.
Moving on to marketing committee.
Actually,
Yeah.
one thought on that one, is they usually have a decorating committee budget for ladies' night, which they didn't spend. So I wonder if they could pull from there. But it would be detailed in their budget,
Oh, it'll be detailed in there.
not ours.
Oh, okay, I see what you're
Like,
saying.
so they typically have a little bit of money set aside.
I have the year to date, because they might even be under, okay, sorry, I don't want to spend too much time.
And just a thought, you can
Yeah.
take that away, figure it out. Unless they reallocated it, because they seem to.
Yeah, unless I'm missing something, they got like $3,500 left in their budget.
Okay.
That probably isn't gonna use, I have a bunch of stuff. For next month, but. There's lots of money there, so yeah, I might even want to do that then.
Yeah.
Just allocate it,
Just sort of out there.
we'll GL it as decorating committee. And there's tons there, so.
Okay. Marketing committee update. So we had a meeting since our last regular meeting, and I already mentioned about, so most of that was about Fall Festival, and everything's been executed that we planned on. And other than that, we talked about Christmas in the village. And as I recall, we said that we didn't have the resources to do it ourselves, and that we would seek township advice on what we could do to augment.
No, maybe we should set up a meeting with Bridget and
But then since,
figure out what that'll be.
What are you looking for, I guess is my question.
Wendy first.
Yeah,
but then Wendy stepped in, so we will
okay.
plan another marketing committee meeting.
Okay,
Let's decide that now, if we can.
Or
do
mean the
we-
when?
Yeah,
Okay.
do we want to wait until after the Fall Festival? Or is that getting too late?
Well, won't it depend on Wendy's availability?
Yes,
So I don't know, maybe check with Wendy and get back to us.
okay.
What do you my suggestion?
Do we need to have another marketing? No, then never mind that. I can bring that up, Fall Festival. Okay. That's the update. We had a meeting. We can't remember the date, but I think it's on.
Still rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Moving on to events, Fall Festival. So Zach has already spoken to the budget, and everything appears to be copacetic as far as our planning is concerned. I want to thank Amy Leclerc, who has brought forward the chalk obstacle course as a new activity, and has been will set that up with her other volunteers. We are going to need some volunteers to monitor that after they draw it on the street, but we can talk about that at a Fall Festival meeting after today. I'm sure we need other volunteers for setup of the beer garden and so forth. So we'll probably need to have another meeting for a fall festival. Again, it's the four of us as the committee, but Amy has also been doing all of our marketing. She's created the posters and the graphics that are going on our Facebook. Amazing job. And other than that, marketing has been printed posters and postcards, which have been distributed to our members, and we can carry on with that. What else? Anybody want to raise anything with Fall Festival that's a concern or report?
Should we be putting a call out on social media for volunteers?
Yes. So we need
Can Amy do that if she's,
to tell them what we need the volunteers for,
okay,
which I think will take a meeting
Okay.
for us to establish, because
because it's next weekend, right?
yes. And I think we need to have a meeting to determine, it doesn't have to be all of us, but we need to know the layout on the street.
Okay.
I don't think there's any point in putting the call out for the volunteers unless we tell them what we need them to do and where they go.
But you know you're gonna need them. Right, you know there's going to be, so I don't think you need the finality of the layout done before you start asking for people help. Right,
If you want to manage the volunteers, I'm all for that. But I don't want a lot of people volunteering and say, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? When I don't know. Once we know, I don't want to if you put the call out today and then tonight I get a whole bunch, like who do they contact? They can contact you, Ryan, if you're volunteering.
but that's a whole different topic, like who they contact and getting them is like, yes. I'll take care of volunteers,
Okay.
I'll take it.
First of all, I don't have access to the social media.
I got it.
Okay. All right.
On the also Fall Festival, so this morning we lost Kyle Phillips for the open mic. Unfortunately. We're just-
I thought I was gonna go somewhere else.
No.
You and me both.
Coming from the funeral director, that was harsh.
Could have picked my words. No, he's not that. As far as I know, he's still living and me. So yeah, so they're no longer available, which is disappointing because that was kind of like our big one before the end of, or before Danny and Joanna. So I'm gonna beg, borrow, and plead with him to maybe start a little bit early just to fill some time, because if not, we have a really huge gap of probably an hour and 15 minutes.
Ouch.
Yeah, because I had to sort of put my eggs in the basket that he was gonna be available, and this morning, yeah, someone's sick, and anyways, so unless anyone else knows of anyone that might be.
Like, I forward you the email about that, right?
I did see them, I hadn't reached out to them,
Okay.
they seemed to me more like kind of like a pro, like would wanna be paid.
Yeah, but I mean, an hour and a half is a good gap, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You might have to pay for that.
even if we had 30 minutes or a half an hour,
Mhm.
cause I'm factoring like 15-minute kind of like tear down setup in between trying to play some tunes. So if someone has someone that they know that might be available, if not, I'll talk to Danny and potentially they'll give us another half hour or whatever. But if not, we're gonna have a bit of a gap. And I kind of knew this would happen with at least one, and touch wood, right now it's only one.
What about Deanna?
I got her, yeah, she's on for 3 o'clock.
But could she expand that time?
She specifically wanted that time, yeah. Yeah, I think she and her, and she's got someone else coming with her, so.
Okay.
We have a comedian now.
Yeah, I think she'll be really good, and she can kind of do some like in between type of stuff. But it's not a 30-minute set, it's like a max kind of 5-minute skit sort of thing that she does, so.
The Highland dancers, they could did they not offer to do 2 sets?
I've got them already for 2. Yeah, I had very few volunteers,
Mm,
for the open mic, so I got a couple of them going twice. Yeah, it was not an overwhelming turnout.
I'm surprised. Wow.
Well, we could run the graphic one more time or the call out and say we've had a cancellation.
Yeah,
Do you have the graphic for that, Ryan?
Yeah, I think I can put it up once.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, if you could.
So are all the
if-
bands volunteers?
Except for our, I'll say the headliner, the 6 to 8,
Right.
they're paid, but everybody else is.
Could you dip into your funds there to just,
That's what I'm saying, like, maybe we're gonna end up having to pay for something.
cause you have funds there.
We did put it out on the graphic that that these performers could take contributions from the audience.
Tip jars.
So it's not, yeah, tip jar kind of thing. But,
But if you have the funds there, it might be worth spending it on.
Yeah.
You're not gonna spend all of it, just, couple
I think
thousand.
dead air is tough.
Yeah, we can't,
yeah,
we will lose everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
Council Mattox.
That's my band.
so it's too late to put that call out for another volunteer band. We're seeking to pay somebody for that last hour.
I'd be on board probably to pay somebody, like if we can get somebody really good.
I might be able to reach out to somebody, I guess.
I've sort of managing it, but I'm just out of time to try and find somebody now. I've got a few other things going on, so. So yeah, if someone does have a connection, we had a good connection, the guy that does the Moody's open mic, but he wasn't available unfortunately.
Yeah. Georgia Rose, performed at Christmas in the Village. I didn't see her, but did anyone else? And we paid her. Wasn't a lot.
I don't remember doing a check for her.
It was kind of a wet day, it runs in my mind. Was it?
The Christmas in the Village?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it runs in my mind, she was up there, but she wasn't up there for very long.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing that, can kind of think of would be to put another ad out, but we had just so few people respond. Like I was clutching at straws to try and get a schedule, and there's gaps in between to try and make it work, so.
So if we put another band in there, could we fill some of those gaps? Like, could we make
Yeah,
the,
like compress it and put a big band in.
Potentially, it would be some work, and hopefully the people that had already volunteered would be okay to kind of adjust their times, because I put it out with the expectation that everybody was solid and awesome. So.
Damn that Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, at this point it's a little bit tough, it's getting close to.
Yeah, I think we're in way better shape to try to pay for somebody to come.
Sure.
Than try to fill it with walk-ons.
I agree, if we have an hour, like, that's a fairly large time. Or more than an hour if we compress things.
would Riley have suggestions?
Likely, yeah.
Let's go to Riley then.
Okay.
And
We've got time for that.
let's go to Riley first.
Yeah, so I'll send him an email, because I'm passenger on a car ride when I leave here, so I'll send him a quick email and copy you on it, like Kathy, and then. If there is follow-up, I might need a little bit of support on that.
Okay.
And do we have a number in mind that we're willing to?
Probably around $1,000.
I think it's, so my opinion, $1,000 would be a lot for
Yeah,
an
I
hour and
think,
15 minutes.
Well, then good.
Cause we're, yeah, like our big performer, the 2 hours, with a full band was, $1,200.
oh, yeah, I found somebody. It's not a,
Wow,
It's hard on musicians these days.
no kidding.
um,
Well, call it 500 then.
Yeah, I think you can
yeah.
easily do that.
I think 500.
Yeah.
Michael, I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong, Millbrook resident jazz entertainer with a
Right.
trio, Michael Magnus. He performed at our gala in 2019.
Mhm.
There's another idea, but I don't know if
Might be the wrong vibe for a street festival.
it's maybe the wrong one. So no,
I just reach out to Riley, it's
Okay.
relatively simple. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that.
Maybe we talk to Kyle, figure out who's he missing, can we backfill him?
Yeah,
Didn't Max play with him once?
yeah, 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 we can fill them in again. My son filled in with
Oh,
his band, yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah, yeah,
okay, awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
that's what the little
Kyle's band.
Kyle's band, yes, yeah.
Did it become Max's band as soon as he filled in?
No. No.
That's all I have, was just that.
Let me know if you have any problems and I'll reach out to musicians I know and see what we can do.
Okay. Yeah, it is what it is at this point. Not much we can do about it. You have to expect these to happen, especially when it's volunteer based, so.
Sure, I can reach out to one guy too, that I know. Go through this one.
Okay.
We'll see.
Do we wanna leave it with you first before we reach out?
Sure, give
try and
me
pay
the end of the day, it's actually at the end of the day.
Okay.
I hear from him.
And then if we, yeah, if it doesn't work out, then we can see if Riley has like someone that we can pay to come in.
And there's also a Peterborough Monaghan musician site as well on Facebook for gigs for.
Is this on? Okay. I haven't seen one. Okay. You wanna try that one first?
Well, see if your guy wants
Okay.
to do it and then,
So you wanna do, we'll see if Ryan's guy first, second will be that
I
Facebook
I
site,
can put out
and then
feelers, yeah,
third, if you guys fully strike out, we'll email Riley, is that
perfect.
fair? And we'll give it a deadline of like tomorrow night, sort of idea, we can touch base with Riley and if we have to,
Yeah. That sounds good.
okay?
by the way, any posting on social media for the open mic entertainment, we have to do. Amy's out of time.
What time did you say? We need to be the act for?
It would be, we can have them start probably as quick as 4:45, because we have the Highland dancers at 4:30, I believe, so we could do 4:45 until the latest would be probably like 5:45. Like an end time of 5:45. Just so Danny and Joanna have time to get their stuff set up to start at 6.
Remember too, that Zach also offered to ask Danny and Joanna if they could extend their
He works that day and he's already leaving early, so I'll see. But I'm the manager on that weekend also, so.
That would be the easiest thing to do.
That would probably be simplest. I would have to speak to him
Yeah.
a little bit about it and find out if he's able to leave work a bit early to get there. We'll find out for sure.
Any other
So sorry to take the train out.
No,
Train out there.
That's what we gotta deal with, right?
fall festival concerns? My biggest concern is to do the layout. Done? Moving on to get your spook on. So that is up for the last Saturday in in September, October, which is, I can't remember, the 25th? Okay, all right. When I was traveling around delivering our info letters for the fall festival to our businesses, two of the businesses raised questions about Get Your Spook On. And I think if I'd talked to all of them, I would have got a consensus that they feel it's too much of a hardship for them to pay for all the candy that they give away. And are looking for some support from BIA toward that. Either by give everybody $50, not saying that that's the exact amount, from our coffers, or go buy candy that can be distributed. But I guess it's a hardship for a lot of the businesses to, not that it's not a great way to get people downtown. Once again, it's on a Saturday, and I had the complaint that why isn't this on a Sunday? Because we already have business on a Sunday.
Kind of the answer to
Yeah.
that.
And it's
Anyway,
harder for parents to get their kids all done up on a Sunday.
anyway, it's happening this time on a Saturday. And we can look at changing it next year if we think, if the marketing committee, that is us, thinks that that might be better timing. But for this year, it's on the Saturday, so be it. But do we want to consider contributing from our coffers to the cost of candy? This is a hardship for many of our businesses.
Well, I now feel I have a pecuniary interest.
Yeah, well, me too, but I'm, maybe, do you get that candy?
No one wants to come to a funeral.
No,
Although the Adams family is pretty popular these days.
This year I could like put like some like makeup on that,
Yeah,
dress as Paul Bear and use wrestling. Yeah, I think on the surface, my 2 cents is I think it would buy some goodwill with the downtown businesses personally. Because morale is pretty low. That's just my opinion.
I do agree with you, I think. I mean, the whole concept was supposed to be just business driven, this one, right? But if they're looking for us to supply the candy, it's, I mean, I
At the
think,
end of the day,
I
I
would-
would be a huge amount.
I would say we could supplement the candy, but I don't think we need to buy it all,
right.
right?
That's fair. I'd be on board with that too. Say we buy whatever X amount for each place.
Yeah, I wouldn't, I'm not gonna, like, absolutely no handing out a $50 check.
Yeah, no, I also, that's not reasonable.
That's,
That makes no sense.
I
Probably
don't,
just buy it, drop off boxes.
100%.
and
But that would be more so what I think as well.
well, we're gonna leave it to you two guys,
Sure,
because
that makes more sense.
I know what I spend, not that I'm looking for a financial contribution, I am not, I'll continue to do what I do. But I am speaking on behalf of other businesses. Sarah could also say that,
I've
Yeah.
already bought mine.
yeah,
I start buying it as soon as it comes out.
right,
My problem is I eat it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cosmetic good selection over there.
Because I buy one, you know,
Yeah,
once a week.
we'll coordinate on that.
I think our thing is just gonna be, we need to know, we have a list of who wants to be involved and then come up with that. You know.
Do your businesses feel like the levy is paying for stuff like that? Is that maybe?
I think the businesses feel that it's too much, but initially it was not just a question of the cost of putting out the candy, and they, like, at least 300 kids show up at a business and collect candy.
Last year, I think we had somewhere between 5 and 6.
Yeah,
100.
Yeah,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
chocolate's really gone up in price, so the cost of a box of chocolate in Costco this weekend was $22.
So I can see
Not
why they're,
150 little bars
why
that we
they're
usually give a couple each.
I,
So,
cost me $800 last year, and I ran out of candy, and my kid got upset with me, so you didn't get enough, go get more. And, he was really embarrassed that, you know, we had, it's really a huge thing now.
It brings people
Is
in.
that a shame?
No, but kids come from, we had a lot of
Yeah,
Pembroke kids,
yeah,
like families driving.
Yeah,
their kids.
and I think if you have people coming into the community and you have funds available, I think it's a
Maybe we
win-win.
should cancel Christmas in the village and do get your spook hunt night,
Yeah.
decorate the main street.
The-
for next year,
Good
honest,
idea.
that may make more sense for getting that many people in it, since I didn't think it was that many, that's.
No, it's,
Yeah, the staff counted, and we had 500.
Maybe that's it, maybe we
And-
put street.
We're missing something.
Halloween's huge in this town, so a lot of kids.
also, the businesses have to hire extra staff to, be able to hand out the candy.
Yeah, so I feel like buying the candy, supplying it probably is a good,
To supplement.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could do some decorations. you
Yeah,
could-
if we have,
Let's look at, we'll all,
if
when
we
I have a
have
minute, I'll look over.
10 stores at
Budget wise.
$300 a piece, like, that's not a massive piece of our budget.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, we can't.
we can't afford to do that, but if we did, say we could find $1,000 for it, would be. But, I mean, divided by only $100 each sort of thing, if like Kathy spent $800 on
Right.
hers.
Yeah, but I do gummy bears. They're expensive.
That's why everybody keeps coming back, you're getting double the amount.
So much I can't say right now.
I'm not complaining, but other businesses are, and I
I can see how
understand.
that would be a strain, you
Yeah.
can see how spending $1,000.
Yeah, and not only that, it's the staff. They have,
I honestly think that if. Maybe we turn that into a bigger event and ditch one of the other ones.
100%.
We
Yeah,
had
I mean,
kids
people-
sit outside the store and do it.
yeah. And then did you pay the kids to?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So you imagine like a business like Charlotte's, she's a one-woman show. And
We don't have to worry about her anymore.
yeah, but still, you know, like we've got some new businesses opening up.
Mhm.
And they might not be prepared for
The
the
onslaught.
bombardment.
Well, that's the thing, like somebody like Dusted On, they're gonna have no idea to expect 500
Yeah.
kids coming through the door.
Well, and they may not want that many, like for us, it's the door opening and closing that many times, so we
Yeah.
put someone out front.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But yeah, Dusted On being a bar,
yeah, or
may
they,
not actually want all those kids inside.
well, it's not gonna look good
future customer.
on them to not participate. You know, they're gonna wanna participate if the other businesses.
So they
are
will,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
100% they will.
and it's not just them, it's the David's Fitness Place.
Yeah,
And I think we might have another business open by then. It is a lot. So it's the question of how much of our budget do we want to allocate toward this?
Well, I think we need to go figure out
Who's involved
first
first?
in, how much we think we want, and we have one more meeting between then and now, right? So we can.
Because
Yeah, roll it, it's.
there's-
Well, I'll come back next meeting with an, upset a bit, something,
Well, next meeting is after the event.
after.
no,
Get a spook on?
Yeah.
We'll have
No,
one
you're-
on the 9th of,
Oh, right. Okay, yeah,
We're still September.
I'm already ahead of myself here.
Yeah, so we'll come back before, at the next meeting, or we'll email somewhere in the middle and.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if you have, availability just to put a feeler out to all the businesses and just to say who might be willing to do
Okay,
something.
we'll try. I'll get volunteers to.
Okay. So we've had the discussion about get your spook on. It's going to happen. It's a question of setting the
Expectations with the.
expectations and the timing, and keep the timing down to 2 hours. I think initially we were doing 4 hours,
Yeah.
and then we cut that down, and now it's still,
10 to 4 we were doing,
yeah, that is way too long.
so long.
Yeah,
And the
So-
staff get into the candy, they're,
Well, it runs right into dinner, and so
Yeah.
it becomes crazy, and I don't know, we saw kids 2 or 3 times.
Nah,
You know what I mean? It gives them time to.
yeah,
they're saying,
yeah.
yeah,
Video.
it's been here.
that's good, I, you know, terrible thing that was successful.
No, it's a great thing, but it is a really long time.
Yeah.
We were hoping 11 till 3 works pretty good, but you know, other businesses I know wanted it a bit shorter, doesn't really matter to me.
Wouldn't it be better to have it between lunch and dinner, 2 to 4? Takes the pressure off the restaurants. Anyway,
That seems reasonable to me. Keep it in a,
Keep the afternoon.
pretty, short, direct, get it
and
done.
during the slow times for businesses, at least the restaurants.
And it'll pack the place, so it looks.
People love it. I mean, even diners in the restaurant love seeing the kids come by.
Yeah,
So,
don't get me wrong, the businesses want it.
yeah, we love
It's
it.
just, we gotta keep it to a reasonable cost. Given the number of kids that show up. All right, that's get your speed on discussion. Now the big one. AGM, how much time do we have? We got less than 15 minutes. So we need a budget meeting for the executive, or we could call it the finance committee between, I would say after the fall festival and before next meeting, which is October 9.
I believe so.
Okay. Can we manage that? Zach needs help. He can't just do a budget and bring it to the next meeting.
Zach can bring a straw man up a budget and we can discuss it. And figure what
You're
you
putting a
do.
lot of faith in Zach.
We have that already, right? You just look at last year's.
I'll just use last.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we need to set the date and venue for the AGM. So I will first ask Zach, can we
Mhm.
do an AGM at your premises again?
That's no problem.
That's no problem.
No problem.
That worked well last year. And so we do a repeat of what we did last year. And by that time, we have to have a budget passed board level. Draft budget, I should say, which would be at our October meeting, hopefully. I guess we could wait until November, but I think it would be better.
Trying to get it for the October one.
Try to get it done for October. So that,
We typically have the AGM towards the mid to late November, right?
late November,
So I'd say your November board meeting is probably where you want to have a budget.
It'll give us a little more time, because it'd be pretty well looking at, would have to be next week.
Does it mean you can bring back last year's budget for next meeting? To have, any thoughts or inputs?
Yeah, I think.
Have a
it's
meeting in
changing.
between, have a meeting between that meeting and the November meeting where we form it. And then present a draft budget at the November meeting.
We're gonna have to decide what events we're doing, what events we're not doing.
That'll be the
That's
first.
what happened this year, is we're like robbing from here to go there, and it gets really confusing.
Well, that was kind of why a few years ago, we kind of collapsed the events budget, so we didn't have them super specific, and then that kind of went sideways.
Yeah, I can see how that gets, it's the last event, you got -$8.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well, I'm fine with that, then if we want to just review last year's budget at the next meeting and then set a date to finalize.
yeah, I think spread it over 2 meetings with a detailed meeting in the middle.
Everybody else not so much. But
So the plan is you're going to bring a draft budget that you're doing all by yourself based on last year's budget.
I don't even know about drafting, we just review last year.
Review, okay.
Yeah.
So a
It
budget,
refreshes. from last
a
year's.
budget review.
No, I wouldn't even
I
call it. a review.
don't
I
think
would
that it's
say-
gonna change a whole lot from this year. I think we're gonna reallocate where stuff's going based on. Kind of what happened this year with the events. The rest of it, I think will stay the same. The decorating committee, all that sort of stuff is gonna be very similar.
And allowing for another increase to the levy by the percentage that we did last year?
Yeah, do you remember how much we did last year?
No,
Oh,
you can look.
Well, your levy increase, I mean, we're not looking very good right now, we're not. You know, having a high budget and not actually having events, so levy increase is gonna be a little bit tougher. But I think what we really gotta do is kind of map out. That administrative side, so we're at least covering that. What's it gonna take to cover the administration?
Well, the mistake of the past was that the levy increases weren't happening to meet the cost of inflation, and now we've got an issue where we can't have Christmas in the village because we can't afford horses or leaves, because all those costs have gone up.
Right, so we have to hone it into what exactly we are going to do, but in the meantime, we still have to have. A levy that covers operations. We're not even there yet.
I think our budget from last year, our year to date, that we can kind of look at our next meeting or at the one in between is gonna give us a really good idea of. Exactly what we're spending based on what the BIA looks like right now.
Right.
And we can say, okay, this is what we wanna do, this is what the costs are, for that, is it reasonable or is it not? I think trying to do too many events, like we don't have enough money to do 4 events, like there's.
We don't have enough volunteers
We
either.
don't have enough volunteers either.
So you're better off doing an event that matters.
Do 1 or 2
Then
really,
four.
really good ones, yeah.
And one where you have business buy-in, like get your spook in.
Yeah,
We have business buy-in on that one, so.
and I'd be all for going all in on that one, like make that like your really big,
Our signature event.
yeah. Yeah, cause we're getting 500 kids plus parents downtown, so that would be my.
And the other thing that we've discussed in the past when we thought our events were all falling down, well, why don't we hire an event coordinator? Which
Yeah,
is
$10,000 event, doesn't it?
$7,500.
Right, before you even pay for it.
We just don't have enough.
Well, if we don't have volunteers, then that's
That's the alternative.
the alternative. So again, this is a lot of discussion. We don't have time to do it right now. And I still think we have to have an executive meeting to get into all of that. So I'm not really sure what we're proposing to bring back to the next meeting.
Next meeting is bring back last year's budget, so we have it in our heads to what a budget looks like. So you can
Okay.
start thinking about the meeting in between, which is where do we think we should be allocating it? At that point, maybe Zach has kind of a, here's where we
I'll
landed,
start something.
right? So by the 9th of November, you know, we have our first view of a draft budget that we can take to AG.
So the budget that we brought forth last year could be a part of our, I think we have a responsibility to publish.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, okay,
That works for me.
It would be part of your agenda,
Yeah.
right? If you're bringing it forward, it
That's
would be
what I
part of
meant,
your
yeah.
agenda. Yeah.
part of the agenda or become part of the minutes, which,
Mhm.
yeah,
I think if you're bringing that forward, that's part of your agenda package.
yeah,
We're gonna revisit the budget from last year as a base for 2026.
It's
right,
just to receive it and
okay.
see what it's at.
And
Plant
then,
the seed for where we need to go.
Yeah, Corey's been good about sending their year-to-date updates
Yeah.
ahead
Yeah.
of generally, our monthly meeting, which has been really appreciated, so.
Yeah.
So
So let's
we'll have
just
some
do that.
comparison.
okay, and then at that time, we will set a meeting for the executive to
Deep dive into it.
deep dive into early November. And can we, at this time, set a date for AGM, or do we want to put that off until next?
It's up to Zach, it's his facility, so we can pick
Yeah.
What,
some date.
we're thinking mid to late November.
I'd say late November.
On a. Well, whenever you want, weeknight, not weekend.
Wednesdays were best.
Like maybe the 19th or the 26th of those.
26. Or 9th, actually, this one, it's a Wednesday.
Do you want to tentatively say the 26th?
Yeah, because then we'd have the December. BIA meeting a week later, 2 weeks later. And we
Yeah.
can probably pass it then, and then Bridget would be happy because
That
Where
works
am I
for me. And what did we do for time last year? I don't remember.
6 to 8 or something.
Okay, so we propose to be confirmed November 26, 2025, 6 to 8 PM. The name of the
Mill Valley, you know.
Mill Valley, thank you. All right, now I will call for a motion to accept all reports under general business.
Move it.
Second.
We have no correspondence. And adjournment at 9:58. Need a motion for that, though, the adjournment.
Is that?
Zach?
Oh, is that? Whoa, whoa.